Welcome to the Off Campus Podcast. Today, we're joined by my friend Kyle Bramer. How you doing?
Doing good, bro. Doing really good.
I'm glad to hear. So what'd you do today?
Started out studying for my general education diploma because I wasn't good enough to get it.
Back then?
Back then. This is now, though, so things have been changing. It's going good. Got like 12 hours in this week on it. Snuck out the house a little bit and did some yard work today.
There you go.
Picked up like a gazillion sticks out of the yard.
Yeah.
All kinds of leaves. Got rained on the entire time. It was terrible, but it was the most therapeutic thing ever at the same time.
At least it was warm out today.
Yeah, it was really nice.
If you guys enjoy this podcast, please like, subscribe, share it, because that's a huge help to me. And yeah, I want to keep making these, and I can't if no one's watching it. So yeah, that's all. So we're going to get into this right away. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Kyle, last name Bramer. I'm 26 years old. I was born in California, raised in Tennessee, and I'm brought up here to change my life.
When'd you move up here?
I've been up here about 6 months now.
There you go. So you moved from Tennessee. It's pretty warm in Tennessee, right?
I mean, it depends. It can get cold, but it's not as cold as up here.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you moved... It was 6 months ago. What is it, February now? So
Yeah.
it was like August-ish.
Yeah, it snows up there.
And it was still warm, and then you come up here, and you get New England winter. That's your first like taste
smack
of
in the
New
face.
England.
Yeah, it's kind of suck. But in Tennessee, like 2 inches, and they shut the state down. Like
Really?
here they're plowing everything. Like there's people in the streets plowing. They're not shutting nothing down. You're going to school with 3 feet and 2 inches. There's nothing going on the roads.
Yeah,
back home.
that is true. Yeah, New Englanders are just used to it now.
Yeah.
So you grew up in or you were born in California.
Yeah, I moved to Tennessee when I was like 3 years old because my mama wanted to relocate to where my Aunt Lisa was living, who is, rest her soul, she's not with us no more. She passed away in 2005, so it was only like a year or two after we moved down there, or 3 years, she ended up passing, and I think that was like the first time I ever felt some real heartbreak in my life. I remember my brother losing it and banging on the door, upset that she passed away, and the news hit home really hard, and it wasn't a really good thing. My mom lost her sister, and watching her go through that like really traumatized us all, kind of, because that was like her best friend and like all she had in life, I feel like. So
Yeah. So you have a brother?
yeah, I have one brother, one sister. I actually have a sister on my dad's side. If she ever sees this, like, I don't like her.
Oh. Well, you didn't have to say that.
Well, hey, let's get it. You know what I mean?
How old's your brother? He's older than you, right?
Yeah, my brother, he was born in '88, so he's old.
I don't know. I don't want to do that math.
No, he's not that old.
Like 35?
Yeah, he's about there. My sister's 40, so
Oh, wow.
I'm the baby. I'm the baby
I guess
of the
so.
group. I'm 26, so.
You're like a whole generation. I'm the youngest. I'm 19. My brother's 21, and my sister is 23.
That's awesome.
So I'm the youngest of 3 as well.
We have something in common. Like, we like bikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we love bikes.
Yeah.
Do you like bikes?
Dirt bikes. I like anything that's got off-road wheels.
2 wheels?
Yeah, 2 wheels and off-road wheels. Me and pavement don't go together.
Well, maybe someday it will.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Maybe. I've been standing on cement pretty good lately.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been planning pretty well.
Yeah. So, how did your childhood go moving, after moving to Tennessee? How'd you grow up?
When we first got to Tennessee, we lived at this homeless shelter for like about 6 months, and then we got transitioned into the projects down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And living around there was crazy. The ways of life you watch, the oppressed, the poor, us being poor ourselves, just coming to a new state, and my mama trying to relocate now. Like thinking back on it, like there goes that thing. Anyways, like Tennessee was rough. in the projects. My brother was never home, and always coming home late at night and stuff. And I grew up in like the Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation era. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was mixing that Grand Theft Auto life with the project life when I was like 4, 5, 6 years old. And
Not a
then-
healthy.
No, it wasn't
mix.
healthy at all. It led into video games those do impact kids more than you think.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Tony so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like every kid did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. That's not easy, especially like where you grew up, because I mean, kids up here in New England, like, I don't know, they play video games and it's just like such a fantasy world to them.
Every kid I see up here is like driving a Beamer or a Benz, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
But then down there, it's like, I don't know.
it's like everybody's
stuff
riding
you
bikes
see-
and walking.
Yeah, but the stuff you see in GTA is like actually stuff that you see in real life. So
Yeah. You don't see that up here for sure, unless you're in Manchester.
yeah, Manchester has, but even then, it's like not. It's not even
Man,
close.
That
to-
place is so rough, bro. Like, even compared to like back home's rough, but like up here, Manchester, that's ruthless.
Oh, Manchester is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of steer away from Manchester. I don't really have any reason to go there. So
Yeah.
I'm not really there too often. And you're so what were you doing before you came up here? Did you have a job?
Yeah, actually, I could say I did. I was doing construction for a little bit with my brother. My brother gave me a good opportunity to get my life right, and I did. I took that opportunity at first. Like when he approached me with it, like I went to jail, honestly, because like we were fighting, and I was like, yeah, it's been like 5 years I've been stuck in my ways, and like you try to come pull me out now, like why? Like it wasn't sitting with me right. And after I got out of that jail cell and I got out, like I went back into my old ways a little bit for like a day or two more, and then I gave up. I was like, I can't do this no more. Like I was like, this just ain't working for me. And I called my brother, and my brother was like, well, you can come stay with me, and everything's gonna work out, and I'll help you, but you got to help yourself, and you got to be self-sufficient and take care of the things you need to take care of. And I was doing good for like a month, and then I started talking to the Mexicans at work, and it started getting all bad from there, like all the way bad. And then like I started to go get back with this girl, and I've always been a guy that's like always had to have a girl or a girlfriend. Like I don't know, I just hate being alone, and learning to be alone now with Jesus, like that's good. You know, like I love it now. But then again, like nobody likes to be alone, you know. I've been alone my whole life. Like I was the only sibling that was ever home. Like my brother and my sister was always gone, and like me and my sister haven't always had a relationship that we have now, and it's a God-given thing now. I feel like I got off topic a little bit, but
No, that's good.
yeah,
That's what I want.
my brother gave me a job, and I was working it like a month, and then I started getting right back into that lifestyle, and I felt bad getting back into that lifestyle. And I looked at my brother, and I was like, I can't do this to him and bring myself down. So I ran out, and I let this girl kind of run me out too. And I still love her to this day. I always love her. She was good for me. But it wasn't healthy. Like there was nothing healthy about it. If the paranoia I had going on inside my head from the substances I was using and stuff, like just nothing about it was good. So I just had to relocate, and finally like I broke down and like called my mom, told her to come pick me up. My mom picked me up, and I told my mom, I said, look, I said, I don't know what I got to do, but I'm ready to this got to be done. Like, and my sister called my mom at that moment, and now, like I look at it today, like I know it was God, because as my sister called, this car pulled up to the gas station we were sitting at. While I was telling my sister, I was like, I need a plane ticket up there so I could go to rehab or whatever I need to do to get my life on track. And this car, like this beat up beater, pulled up to the gas station. Like the bumper's falling off the front end, but the license plate is what gave it away. It was like Jesus Saves on the license plate. I was like, I guess I'm going back to Teen Challenge, you know. And I went to Teen Challenge for 3 months, and I ended up leaving. I can't do the rehab thing. It's something inside of me. I don't like it for some reason. But I'm not gonna let that control me or stop me this time. Like every other time, like I've like left rehab, like I went right back to the streets, and I haven't done that this time. So
That's good. It's definitely it's got to be a lot easier, especially relocating, because when
it's definitely not.
You don't think so?
No, relocation is good if like it's all about you as a person. Like you could relocate anywhere and there you're gonna be. Like you're always gonna be that person that you wanna be. If you wanna be a person that's gonna be drug afflicted his whole life, then you're gonna be drug afflicted. Like if you wanna be a different person and you wanna change your life and do better for yourself, then that's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna strive with everything you have to do it. But the only thing that has made relocating easier for me and possible for me is Jesus Christ, and that is the truth. That's the truth. Without him, without me, like I found a relationship with him this time, and he has not gave up on me, and I haven't gave up on him, and it's been really good. Like it's been really good.
I'm glad to hear. That's a good thing.
It's good to see your face every week.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we only met like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, like no, it's been a month.
No, it has not.
It's been a month.
No, it hasn't. It's been like 3 weeks, maybe.
It's been a month.
Nah, you're lying.
You're lying.
Okay. Why'd you go to Crossroads? Actually, I never asked that.
So Crossroads was gifted to me. My nieces, and my sister and her husband are all attendees of Crossroads. They've planted their foot, and a good seed's been poured into them, and God's now growing that out of them. And that gave me a great opportunity to come up there and join the Crossroads Church, and it's been great ever since. Like I'm so blessed that I've met you, Dominic, everybody that I've met.
A lot of good people there.
Matt, yeah,
A lot of good people there.
yeah.
It's like everyone you meet, it's like so weird. I grew up in church, so I never really like experienced this, but I've heard from other people that end up going. They're like, I feel like everyone's just fake being nice to me, because everyone's so nice.
Yeah,
everyone's so happy and nice, and because no one's used to that in the real world.
Mm-mm.
So when they see it, they think it's fake.
Yeah, I could see that.
Did you feel that a little bit?
No, I've never felt that.
It's probably a good
It's
thing.
honestly the first place I've ever came into and honestly felt like I'm accepted for who I am.
Yeah,
And that's not just a cliche thing I'm saying. That's like, that's legit.
Well, that's the goal for us. So I mean, we want everyone to feel that way. So,
Yeah.
You're working construction, or you're working landscaping right now.
So
Right.
I just got hired with BNC because it's still wintertime though, like until it snows and we go plow stuff in certain areas. Like I'm hired, but I'm not hired. So I don't know. That's been like the best thing that I have going for me right now is that, and that I'm sober and currently still 6 months sober.
There you go.
But I'm not counting days. I'm not even counting years or months. I just say that because it's an accomplishment to me. So I like we're on this podcast right now. So I just wanted to like let people know how long I've been sober. I didn't know if we like touch base with that.
No, that's good. We need to get to know you.
I've never been like this. Me doing this podcast thing is like me being not being Kyle. Yeah, being open. Like this is something that I wanted to do to like get my uncomfortability and stuff in the world and my foot planted. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll help you. It'll make it easier for you to talk about it in the future too. So
yeah, I don't like talking about this subject, but
because it's uncomfortable.
No, it's not because it's uncomfortable. It's because it's like something that I feel ashamed of. Something like that.
Well, it's bring it to light and kind of
be transparent.
Yeah. I mean, of course, everyone has stuff they're ashamed
I
of.
always thought like growing up, like I idolized like the people around my neighborhood, and I would always run off. I was always in and out of juvenile and jail and just doing crazy things, and like my mama at one point in time in my life, I called her from jail on a video chat. Like and back home, like you can video chat from jail. If people put money on your books, like you could call home through the little kiosk thing. But I called home one time and I was talking to my mama and she was like, Kyle, like the only time I ever see you happy or really smile is when you're in jail. And you laugh, but like it is kind of funny to me because it's like the only time I felt comfortable because that's where all my friends were. They were in jail. You know what I mean? Like I loved being in jail, kind of like in a way. After about 6 or 7 months, it got boring and stuff. But like, you know, you don't got no worries in there. You're fed. Like there's nothing to stress about.
Yeah.
You know. Plus you're sober and you're doing good and you're working out. And then I'd get out, and then 5-6 weeks later, I'm
same way.
Jack Skeleton again. You know. What I mean? So, I've came a long way. I keep hitting these bumps in the road though. Like I recently just paid my license off, and today my mom got a letter today, and she's like, "I got bad news," and I'm like, "What do you mean you got bad news?" And she's like, you got a letter from the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, and they want $65 more out of you, and you got to go take a driver safety class, and then I called them this morning, and they're like, no, you got to do more than that. You got to pay $65. You got to go get you some insurance, even though you don't have a license or a car. And I'm like,
yeah,
what? You know, like, well, you shouldn't have been driving without a license. You shouldn't have been driving with no insurance. I don't know. It's just. These are all things like from my past that like I have to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. You'll get past that though.
I'm getting past it currently.
Yeah, everyone does. And me and Dominic talked about this near the end of the podcast. I know you didn't listen to the whole thing, but we did talk about like PT talks a lot about like addicts. How at some point people tend to identify with like their sins. So people will kind of like people who are years sober, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm still recovering. Like I'm a recovering addict for anything." And it's like at some point you're not really an addict anymore, right? Or you're not a recovering addict. It's like you're recovered and you're done. So, but on that, we also mentioned it is good to acknowledge the milestones. Like you said, you're 6 months sober.
Yeah, that's the biggest
I guess
milestone.
you are still recovering, but I mean, at some point you're gonna be recovered. But it's good. You should keep track of the milestones, but don't focus on it too much because you're a different person now. It's not like you aren't who you were, you know.
Yeah. I guess if you're an addict, you're always going to be an addict, but because it can only take one wrong move to just go right back down that road again. Like it could take one hit or one drink, and it's just you're just off 2-3 streets to the wind again. But a lot of it's got to do with willpower, and I believe if you wanna get out of alcoholism and addiction, you can't do it alone. You're gonna have to have Jesus Christ in your life. You're gonna have to have a good Bible plan. You're gonna have to read and like I've been doing myself, attending groups and coming to church, and you're gonna have to get connected with the church, like I have with you guys, like you and Matt and everybody. Like you're gonna have to have accountability. Say thanks to my brother-in-law for that. You're gonna have to have a good support network. You're gonna have to have good friends that are not old friends. You're gonna have to give those kind of people up. I don't associate with too many people from my past no more. I talk to a couple people that I used to love, but it's a hey or something like that, and then like the conversation's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's really been good because I'm somewhat like an alien. You know what I'm saying? I feel like because I'm out of place and I don't know nobody up here, and it's nice because I can walk up to somebody and have a conversation with them and not worry that they know me or somebody that I used to hang out with, or worry about that I'm going to get a machete in my neck like I have before, or get shot at, or this person's trying to rob me for what I have, you know, or or what I got to go do to freaking get more whatever I need, or how am I going to pay the guy I owe money to, or whatever. I don't got to worry about that no more.
Clean slate.
Clean slate. I've actually, I've left a lot of debts at home with people, and sorry to say, but they probably never getting their money back. And I'm not worried about it. You know, I feel like they had their chance if they wanted to do something about it. Now I'm getting my life right. See you on the other end.
Yeah.
I don't want to associate with y'all no more. I don't want nothing to do with any of y'all no more. If you probably text my Facebook or my phone, like, you're probably gonna get blocked. I'm sorry to say it. Like, I'm building a new life now. So the people that I still do talk to from my past should probably feel blessed, or they should really know that I really do love them, because I wasn't willing to give that relationship up. Other than that, with that being said, like, the best relationship I have and the one that I rely on every single day is the one with Jesus, of course. And my mom, my sister, my brother, and my brother-in-law, and my nieces, and my nephews. It's hard getting a hold of my brother. I don't know what he's got going on in his life. I pray for him every day, but my brother is my biggest role model. Like, I grew up idolizing my brother. Like, I love my brother so much, and it was really hard when I left Teen Challenge to just not get on a plane and go back home and be with my brother. But I can't just put the weight on, and the weight that my sister and her husband have put on their shoulders to help me in life. Like, there's nothing I could do to thank them. I try to do everything I can every single day to just help them as much as I can. But with that, it's stressful because I feel like they're always watching me and they know my potential. So if I go and I do something wrong, it's not that I'm going to get criticized for it. I feel like I'm going to let them down. So that also holds me accountable really well, because I get scared to let them down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that can be a positive thing.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is a positive thing.
It's a little uncomfortable. I know what you mean, but you don't want to let them down. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're definitely happy with how you are now, at least compared to how you were, right?
Two different people.
Yeah, so you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I got a 6-year-old little girl in this world. She's my rock. She always has been. The separation I've had from her because of things that I don't feel comfortable talking about, because it is a touchy subject. I haven't always been perfect. My daughter loves me. She knows me. She calls me daddy. She wants to come to me all the time. So, like, I've never done her wrong. I was always there for her as much as I could be. But like, my daughter's 6, and out of those 6 years, I've probably been in her life about 3 of them. The other 3, her daddy was running off and doing those things that Eminem used to talk about with Haley. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was that person. Like, never gave a dang. Always hated her mama. But I never really hated her mama. Deep down inside, like, I love that girl, and to this day, like, I'll always be there for her and respect her. And she's done me and my daughter good by keeping me away as much as possible when I was down that road. And it takes a real man to say something like that. And but I don't want to be like my dad. You know what I mean? My dad, for whatever reason, that's his reason. He wasn't always there. More often gone than not. I've also done things with my dad that no kid should probably do with their dad. I don't really blame him for those things. I just see that the devil was at work in my family's life at that point in time, and God and the devil and my family have been at war with each other a lot. And it's evident. It's very evident. And now I'm on the God side of it, and God has been just revealing things to me all the time. Like, I know I'm supposed to be with my sister and her brother-in-law. I mean, and her husband, which is my brother-in-law. I'm supposed to be there right now. I'm supposed to be at Crossroads. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here right now on this podcast.
Yeah, you are.
But it is a good thing, because it's kind of awesome that I get to go out and talk about this stuff, because I'm going to share it with multiple people. And but the growth in my life and the change in my life that I've already made and want to continue to make is just something I've never even thought about in my entire life. Like, I've never thought, like, I was going to be sitting here with Joey Ferris sitting on a podcast and waiting to go see Ant-Man in like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the whole church group, and it's just not something I've ever thought about, and I like it. Yeah, I'm comfortable here, and I don't want to lose this ever in my life. If I lost this, it'd probably be my last straw. Like, yeah, Kyle would be no more. So,
Yeah, we'll all keep you accountable too. That's our job. So.
Accountability is a big thing. Every man needs somebody to be held accountable with. Like,
For sure.
holding people accountable, like, it's so it's it ain't always the best thing as far as comfortability. But if you really want to know somebody loves you, hold them accountable.
You need to get uncomfortable too. Like if you're always comfortable, you're doing something wrong. So having someone to make you feel uncomfortable because you're doing something wrong, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Trust me,
Yeah.
I've had some uncomfortable moments being held accountable since I've been back home. We're not gonna get into that, but they know what I'm talking about, and they'll see this and they'll probably laugh about it. But the thing is like accountability is a good thing.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if you could take criticism. I haven't always been able to take criticism, and I haven't always been able to like to be told what to do or what not to do. I've always seen it as like an attack against me because like I've never liked the police. I've never liked anybody in authority, guards, COs. My dad telling me what to do. I've never even liked him telling me what to do because I always used to think like, dude, you haven't been in my life. You can't tell me what to do. Like I'm 16 years old now. You just got here. Like, back up. You know what I mean? Like, but he was always trying to like just be there for me, and I don't know. I completely pushed my father away, and I feel bad for that. I miss him. I don't know what he's doing out there in the world right now. I should probably give him a call, but I don't like talking to my dad. It's uncomfortable every single time because it's just a lot of stuff that's just been so negative, that entire relationship. And I don't know if God wants me to have a relationship with my dad or not right now.
I believe he does.
You might be right, but
I'm not going to speak for you, but I mean, at some point, you gotta.
I think I just need to forgive him more than anything. Just
yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Forgive him.
Was there any defining moment that you could like really pinpoint down 2 times, kind of where it all went wrong, and then what made you like completely change your mind? You could think about it.
So, I've always been a dibbler and dabbler from the age of like 12 and 13 years old. Like I started with the party drugs, weed, ecstasy, those kind of things. But after that, like I've always just smoked weed. That was it. Like I was a stoner my whole entire life, and then like one day I've just came home from jail from doing a violation of probation on county. I just did like 6 months, and I came home to my baby mama, and it's just full-grown lab just downstairs in the basement, and it was like I didn't know what to do, so I became accustomed to the way of life, and I just decided to be a part of it instead of rebel against it, because I know if rebelling against it at that time would have just pushed me away anyways. And I fell into an addiction that I didn't even know would be of the devil, and that addiction was a 5-year-long addiction, and it has controlled a good part of my 20s. It was bad. A lot of things have happened to me. I've overdosed twice. I've probably put my family through more turmoil than I'll ever be able to think or imagine. But I don't like to think about that kind of stuff or talk about it really. I just know that at one point in my life, about 6 months ago, I knew that like if I didn't get it out, I was gonna hurt somebody, or somebody was gonna hurt me very, very badly, and I wouldn't be able to come back from it. Or I was gonna hurt myself, and now I'm here. So, yeah.
So that's what changed your mind? Nothing like
Jesus changed my mind. Jesus spoke to my heart and told me, you need to choose me. You need to set your eyes on me for real, or you're just not going to make it in this life.
So that's what it was.
That's what it was.
So there wasn't like
I
a.
think it was that beater that pulled up to the gas station.
Oh, really? That's awesome. You should have met the guy.
No, dude. I was like 2 days off of meth, and and like me and my mom just had a big fight, and I just wasn't all there. But I just knew God was speaking to me in that moment, and I did what I was supposed to. I told my sister I was ready to change my life, and my sister gave me a God-given opportunity, and I'm just not gonna waste it. So
yeah, you're definitely lucky to have. You got some good role models in your life, and now you're surrounded by good people. So
yeah,
that's good. That's why you just stay around them. Don't give up, and just keep going. But on that note, you said there's a few like difficult. This a few like difficult things about changing your life. How do I word that?
all right.
There's some like difficult things. Hats off.
Yeah, so had to take the hat off on this one.
Okay.
I can't drop this mic, but if I could, I would after this. So if you want to change your life and you really want to do it, there's going to be struggles with it. This is the part that I wanted to talk about. Like I wanted to warn people, like if you're gonna give up this way of life that you were living and you don't want to live no more, and you've hit rock bottom and you want to change your life, then you need to really sit down and assess what you're gonna do, because this road ain't for the faint-hearted. Like it's super hard changing your life. It is not easy at all. There's so many times where I have been put in various situations just unseen to anybody else that like could have led me right back to where I used to be. I fight every single day. I fight every single day to not take a flight back home to Tennessee and just go live a way of life that is easy to me, because changing your life is hard, bro. It is.
Yeah.
It is very hard trying to change and become something that basically you're not.
Well, especially when you're dragging stuff behind from your past life, like you said earlier, like the state of Tennessee calling, and you have to pay another.
Yeah,
60,
after I just paid $780. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the important thing about just trying to get away from it. Like you said, you dropped most of your friends and the people you used to talk to, because if you keep talking to them, what's gonna happen?
Like I'm gonna dip.
Yeah, you're gonna get influenced by them, and so it's good that you did that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of struggles when it comes to addiction. I've seen it in my life. I personally haven't struggled with it, but I've seen people, and it's tough.
It's not for everybody. If you never done drugs, then don't do them, because there's no reason to. It's just gonna lead you down to a path that you don't want to go down. It's just gonna draw you further and further away from your family. You're gonna end up doing more damage than causing any good. I just want to be like an encouragement to people to like really sit down and assess if they're struggling, like, and think about where you're at right now and what it would be like if you were able to change, and would you be loved more, and would you be able to get more help in the situations that you need help in, and will your family approve of it? Will your family help you out? Just access that stuff. Read a verse or two a day, pray a couple times, and then wrestle with it, and getting help. Like, you don't always have to go to rehab, but like if you want to go to rehab, like I've been to 1,000 rehabs, and like personally, like I've gotten more out of just being in the church and like being able to feel loved again and feel like I've been self-sufficient and get my stuff together has been more helpful to myself, because it's things that I've been accomplishing myself, versus to where, and this is just me, I'm speaking for me, I'm not speaking for anybody else. Like, I'm more power to the person that goes and do 30 days in rehab and gets their life completely together. Like, all glory to them, you know what I mean? You're talking to someone right now that's been to maybe 10, 11 rehabs from the time he was 16 to now, and hasn't stayed at a single one of them. But it's not good at all. But it's my story. It ain't nobody else's. I don't plan on letting that dictate my life. I have a different view on things. My eyes are clear. I don't have to put any vising in to hide my eyes from anybody anymore. I don't have to worry about my breath smelling like alcohol or my eyes being the size of saucers anymore. I don't have to worry about if my family's gonna see me some certain way. Like, I can go home with confidence now. Like, I can come out and hang out with you with confidence. I can go to a store and not have to worry about buying a pack of cigarettes or buying a vape or just those things. Like, I can walk into a store and buy an energy drink, and like that's the most thing like I'll get. It's like an energy drink. Like, I love my Bangs, I love my Monsters, and I love my Red Bull. I always have. But I can go places now and just be a normal person. And since I've been out of rehab, like, I did 3 months at Teen Challenge, and that was my third time being in a Teen Challenge. I've probably done like a total of like 8 months at Teen Challenges. It's a good place to go. If you're able to stick it out, like, you should do it. And it's a great place that if you want to do recovery and you want to do a rehab, like, I would suggest Teen Challenge.
Do you want to talk about that? Because I don't know anything about it.
So Teen Challenge is the pretty much one of the very few like faith-based rehabs you're gonna go to, and pretty much go to a Christian boot camp, kind of. You're always gonna have accountability. There's always restrictions and stuff that are gonna be handed out for little things that you do, so to build character. It's a good place to be. Like, and if you don't know God, there's a lot of people that come into there that like don't know God, and they find God in those places. So it's a good thing. Me personally, I don't deal well with people. If you've ever, it's just like, say you have a view on a group of people that you don't like or that you just don't want to be like, and you're just sitting in there around a bunch of people that you just don't feel comfortable around. I don't know. I left Tennessee to get away from addicts and get away from drugs.
Right.
I didn't want to be at first placed back into it. I just wanted to go do it because I know that's what it would take for my family to help me, is to go do that. And when I left, which I did have valid reasons to leave, but looking back at it now, like, it's not acceptable. I shouldn't have left, and I regret leaving, but I know that I'm going to change my life regardless, with or without it. So, I love my family for everything they're doing, but I don't want them to have to feel like I need a rehab for them to help me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need a little guidance, and I've gotten more from them than I did at the rehab. I feel like I don't want to sit here and just bag on Teen Challenge because I have my reasons and I have my problems. It's a great place, and that's all I can say. And if you want to find Jesus and you can take it, and you love the Lord, then go to Teen Challenge.
That's a good point you brought up about I mean, yeah, I'm not bashing rehab or any type like that either, but what every successful person tells you, that you are the product of the
Your
5
environment.
people,
Mm-hmm.
that you're most around. So if you're, I mean, it's different in rehab, I think, because you have a lot of positive influences there and people taking care of you, but you are also around other addicts, and you can make some connections that probably aren't healthy.
Yeah, they're not healthy, especially like I've lost my family already. Like, I got my baby mama pregnant. I've never had a dad in my life. My sister's dad and my brother's dad, they're great dads now. They're really good dads. They have relationships with them. My brother's dad passed away. Rest in peace, Gino. But I feel like what was I finna say? I hate when that happens.
It happens to me a lot too.
I hate when it happens. But now, like, I feel like if you're going to make a change in your life, you should be able to do it with or without a prod or a poke. You should be able to do it because that's what you want. And if you don't want it, then you're not going to do it. My brother always used to tell me, it's a mind thing. if you don't want to change and you just don't want good in your life, then you're not gonna do that. Like you're just not gonna have that.
That is true. People can try and force it on you as much as you want, but
Yeah, and
if
like
you don't want to change, you never will.
the forçation always made me wanted to do it, but like after a while, it was like, am I here for me or am I here for another person, or do I really want to change? Like you don't know. It's hard to like change yourself when you feel like you're doing it for a bunch of people. I feel like, and it's not. I wasn't changing myself for anybody this time. I'm changing myself for me because my daughter's 6 years old and she's not getting any younger. And that's the relationship I want the most is with my daughter. You know what I mean? And she's my world and she's my light, and I just want more than anything to have her back in my life. I don't want to grow up.
You don't want her to grow up like
Yeah,
like
I don't
how
want
you
her.
did.
Yeah, I was like, did I say that wrong? I don't want her to grow up like I grew up. Having a resentment towards my dad, and her having a resentment towards me. Just the fact that the conversations we have and the way we talk, like I did something good when I was there, and that's a God-given thing. She prays and she reads the Bible. We read the Bible together and stuff when we talk. And in June, around June time, my sister said we could probably fly her up here for a couple weeks and stuff, and I'm looking forward to that. The time can't fly by enough. But yeah, where were we?
I don't know. We were pretty on topic. Do you want to talk about the tattoos at all?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a couple laser removal appointments to come up soon.
But we talked about it, right? I
Mhm.
think you mentioned it. They're like super far out. Or
Um,
are they? I was more curious, like what made you get them?
so I got these tattoos at a very dark time in my life. These tattoos came. They weren't professionally done at all. That's for sure.
They don't look horrible. That's the thing.
No, they're not horrible. Like I've had them fixed and fixed and fixed and fixed again. This one I did myself in a jail cell, in a mirror. Believe it or not, not sober. But anyways, like if I wasn't on meth, I probably wouldn't have got none of these tattoos on my face. Just to be real.
Yeah.
Just to be real. If I did it to like rebel, and like it was more of like a statement, like I'm going down the wrong road and I want everybody to notice like I'm going down the wrong road, but I want to be loved. And if y'all not gonna love me, then I'm just gonna do what I want to do, period. Pretty much. And it's not healthy to have that kind of mindset, because it led me to almost dying 3 times.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I feel like everyone has like stories on their tattoos and stuff, and so you just did it because you wanted to kind of be a rebel?
Not only that, a few of them are gang-related tattoos. Like I said, I've cut a lot of ties with a lot of things, and let a lot of things go. And that's one of them. And those are relationships that I don't want to bring back. It's not anything I want to pursue in my life again. And if it comes back to haunt me down the road, then that's something I got to deal with. But
deal with it when the time comes.
yeah. But right now I don't got to deal with it, and I don't want to deal with it, and I'm not going to deal with it.
Yeah, you got bigger things to worry about.
Bigger things. I got God to worry about every day. I got
Fix
to worry
your
about a
life
relationship with Him, a relationship with my daughter. I got to make sure I'm waking up and calling this hotline every single day, to make sure I can go take a drug test and pass it for once. You know, like those kind of things.
Stay in touch with good people.
I love staying
That's a
in touch
big
with you
thing.
guys. That picture today.
That was funny. Can I bring that up? I'm gonna bring that up.
Yeah,
One second.
I think it's on here. Hold on, I got it.
It's a picture of him in a wig. Yeah, you just show it. You just show it.
I don't know if they can see it though.
Zoom in. Yeah. Maybe I'll put the picture on the screen. I think I can do that.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see it. If not on Spotify, it's him wearing a white powder. You look like George Washington.
No, not even, bro. I look like, Golly, what's that old? Oh, it was a show my mom used to watch when she was growing up.
Oh man, I don't know.
It's like she used to wear the little glasses, the gold rim glasses, and the gray
I
hair.
don't know,
But
man.
anyways, man, I just wanted to send it to everybody, make everybody laugh. If somebody was struggling today, you know what I'm saying? Just that kind of
Some
thing.
positive vibes.
Yeah, I don't want it to be funny without like, I don't know. I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
I thought it was pretty funny. I forget what I was
hilarious.
doing, but right when I saw it, I don't know. I started dying laughing.
It's funny. It's really funny.
So, what do you do like throughout the day normally?
So I wake up every single day about 6:30, 7:30.
Sheesh.
Sometimes 8. But I have to be up by 9 for sure to call
Okay.
the hotline every single day because they pop me randomly to go take a drug test. So that's what starts my day. Like I get up, boom, go to my phone, make a call. Oh, you don't have to come in and be tested today. You're not scheduled. Okay, yes, boom, hang up the phone. So it's like 3 weeks of that. I've been happy. I drink a cup of coffee. I sit down. I get on the computer. I start studying for my GED. Sometimes I get sidetracked and then I'll start looking up where I can go get insurance and stuff. And I'm always on a hunt for a job. Like it's not sitting well to me that I have to wait like 3 more weeks for a job.
Yeah.
I've never been so willing to work in my life. I want a job really bad, and I've been doing everything and applying everywhere, and I've been getting to run around because I've been hitting this dead end because I don't have my original copy of my birth certificate.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, so I have been like running like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to get my original from California. Hopefully my auntie will be able to go get it for me down there. We should pray about that. Or I ask everybody in the church group to pray about that. And then, yeah, I pretty much study for my GED all day, every day.
That sounds fun.
Until I find a job. So that way I can get that over with. I want to have my GED by like June, maybe. I'm going to shoot for June. Maybe sooner if it's God's will. You can't rush anything like that. It's been a long while since I went to school too. Like I dropped out of school 11th grade probably to run the streets and hang out in the hood and do whatever it was that I was doing. But it's really catching up to me now. Like I should have paid attention in school. And then when I wasn't in school, like I went to a bad kid school. Okay.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of school. I was bad. I was always fighting and cussing out teachers and doing whatever it was that bad kids do. Just a complete tyrant to everybody.
Yeah.
And bad kid school, I was getting kicked off the bus, and if I couldn't get a ride to school, my mom used to like make me ride a bike. And when I'd get to school, like I'd be so mad at school that like I used to get restrained. They restrained us at the school that I went to. They could physically restrain you and like throw you against the wall and all kinds of crazy stuff. So eventually I got tired of getting restrained and being bad, so I just started taking Seroquel before I went to school. And I've slept all 11th grade, and by the end of 11th grade I just dropped out because I was so far behind. I didn't take any classes or anything. So yeah, went home and smoked pot for the next 6 years, and then I decided to have a baby with my baby mama, and then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop doing what I'm doing and try to man up enough to have a kid. And I kind of got myself together enough, but then again, I was in and out of jail. And in Tennessee, once you get caught in the system, it's super easy to go in and out of jail. Like once you're on probation, like unless you're on a fine line like I am now with it, like I'm still on probation down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm still doing that. Like I don't do probation here. When I call that hotline, it's for there. And once that goes, I have to go all the way to Mass to take a drug test at like this place called EverHealth or whatever. And but that's good though. It's the first time in my life I've ever been able to pass a drug test for probation.
There you go.
So not only that, like everything's been good. I study for my GED. My sister stays on my butt about that GED. She's like, "You got 8 hours in? No, you need 15." Like, it's just I don't know. I hated school and it's hard for me.
Me too.
it's hard for me. I don't like. I never liked school. I just feel like there's so many people out there that have never went to school and have everything, and I feel like I could obtain that too. But for some reason, I always thought it was through selling drugs, and that's just not gonna work ever. Um. So yeah. So I'm getting a late start. I'm gonna be productive in life, and I'm gonna give my daughter everything she wants. And when she turns 18 years old, she will not look at me the way my dad looked at me.
It's good. I hope not.
No.
I hope not. Actually, the question, I was saying there's a certain question that I ask everyone. I don't know how really to ask this, because the question is, like, what age do you want to get married and have kids? But I guess, I don't know, what's your thoughts on like marriage for you?
I never really wanted to marry anybody besides my baby mom. Like I've always like asked. I used to ask this girl Destiny that I was with, and she would think about it or whatever. And I would ask them, but I would like deep down in my heart was never serious. Like I knew it was far fetched because I was far from ready. But I think you're not. Nobody's. I don't think anybody on earth is ready for marriage until they have read what the Bible says about it. Until they find, if they're not a Christian, find Christianity. Because there's a lot of things that a marriage needs to work out. And in America, I think the divorce rate's like up to like 60-70%.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
And it's pretty high, and like marriages never work out in the U.S. And I mean, look at Brady, bro. You know,
I know.
like,
I know.
Look at Brady. Like now he's about to retire again. What's he gonna do? Try to get back with her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I get some of my money back? Like,
Yeah.
Like I don't want that in my life. Like if I marry someone, like I want to know, like I love that girl. I want to know that like we're building our lives and we depend on each other every single day, and yeah, that kind of thing. And we both have gods in our lives, and our focus is God.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree. I don't think anyone really goes into a marriage like hoping that they get divorced, obviously. But I don't know. People just don't. It's like it's such like a casual thing now. Marriage. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Well, you're talking
People
to
don't take it
somebody.
seriously.
You're talking to somebody that I think my mom's been married like 3 times. You know, and dads were always absent, and I don't know if it was like something on my mom's side or what, but it was always just mama growing up. Mama, my brother, and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know. I didn't meet any of their dads until I was about 16, 17 years old.
And do you want any more kids?
Yeah, I do, but I want to make sure I got myself all the way together first.
Yeah. Well, obviously there's no rush, but
Yeah.
I was just curious. I think, a lot of people, they just don't take it seriously. I don't know. Marriage isn't like a sacred thing anymore. People,
It needs to be sacred, and it needs to be around God, and it definitely needs to be godly.
it's the only way it like truly
work.
Truly works.
Yeah, and if nobody that's not a Christian is watching this, like, just like, man, there's no way that if I have to have God in my life forever. All right, we'll try it, buddy, and we'll see you in 7-8 years and see how many times you've been divorced.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you listen to any like do you know who Jordan Peterson is?
Never heard of him.
No. Never mind then. He's like a psychologist from Canada, but he's a really smart guy. And he always like he talks about the Bible a lot, and he's actually going through like each book of the Bible with like a group of people. Actually, he did like a lecture. I forget how many hours it was, but he did like a whole series of lectures on Genesis, and then he had 6 or 7 people come in for 14 different like 2-hour sessions to talk about the whole book of Exodus. Like they do complete whole deep dive. It's awesome.
That's sick.
But we
should do that.
He said like he's such like an experimental guy. Like I don't think he really believed in God at all. But then he's the type that's like, yeah, I'll try it. So I mean, he says like you should definitely just try. I don't know. Go to church. He even thinks for young men growing up, a good way to mature is like go into a church, try and fix the problems in the church that you're going to. Even if you don't believe it, it's like who cares? You don't even have beliefs. You're like 16. You're a 16-year-old guy. You don't even have beliefs. At least just. Because people just refuse to, they refuse to like go to church or talk about God or anything. So that's not what I believe in. It's like, well, do you really know what you believe in? You haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, they'd probably rather be smoking weed or something. Yeah, I know. I was at 16 years old. I wasn't thinking about church. Like I'd go to church.
But even people who don't, they just, I don't know. Like I feel like most nowadays, if you don't grow up in it, you don't really. Most people. I mean, I guess you're an exception, but. People who don't grow up in church just normally just never really ever go.
Yeah. We should just continue to pray for those kind of people.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But the Bible does say, if you do not know me, then you will still be saved. I think so, because it's not their fault. They never came to Christ.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna say, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because, like, when he was on the cross and they were beating him, he was like, "Forgive them, Father, for they don't know," and they were still forgiven.
Yeah.
You know, as he was being beat by these men.
Yeah. Well, anything else?
I mean, not really.
I think we that was a good pod.
Yeah,
we did well.
That was good.
All right.
It's not as good as like a Keurig pot of coffee or nothing.
Pod? A pod? That's true. Put those like little hot chocolate pods into.
I don't like those ones. I just like hot
like
chocolate in my coffee.
No. Well, if you guys enjoyed the podcast, again, please like, share, subscribe. Are you gonna share it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna share it. I'm in it.
Yeah, I know.
Of course, I'm gonna share it.
If you for every share that I get that I get on this, Kyle will drink an egg on the next podcast.
Most definitely.
So I better see a lot of shares, and he'll drink a lot of eggs.
It's not my thing either. I don't want to do this, so.
That's a complete lie. But yeah,
I work out. So
again, if you did enjoy it, please like, share, subscribe. It means a lot to me. It's free. Just I don't know, be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Godly thing to do.
All right, we gotta go. You gotta get to a movie, right?
Yeah, something like that soon.
I don't know what I need to do. I need to go work out and eat. I'm starving.
Yeah, me too.
So thank you for coming on. It was great.
You're welcome, bro.
All right. See you later.
See you later, bro.